The lobby of the Gilded Rose, a 3 Michelin-star restaurant, was an expanse of polished mahogany and scent-heavy orchids. Elara stood at the host stand, her presence unassuming. She was wearing a tailored canary yellow dress, bright, elegant, but devoid of any flashy logos. She carried a simple white clutch and waited patiently as the staff buzzed around her. The atmosphere shifted when Soren, the floor manager, approached. He was dressed in a bold red tuxedo jacket that screamed for attention. He didn't just walk up to Elara. He invaded her personal space. "You're blocking the flow of my high-value guests," Soren sneered. When Elara reached out to show him her digital reservation on her phone, Soren didn't just ignore it. He reached out and physically shoved her arm down, his palm hitting her forearm with a loud smack that echoed against the marble. "Don't shove that screen in my face. We don't serve walk-ins who dress like they're going to a garden party. This is an elite establishment." The justice debt spiked instantly. Elara stumbled back half a step from the force of the shove. "I have a standing reservation for Corner Suite," she said, her voice a calm, focused canary yellow. Soren laughed, looking over at Kaya, the head hostess who was wearing a bold red scarf. "Did you hear that, Kaya? She thinks she has a corner suite, the one reserved for the owner's private inspection." Kaya stepped forward and physically grabbed Elara's shoulder, pivoting her toward the door. "You heard the manager. Out! Before we have security, drag you across the pavement." The lobby was filled with 7 sharp witnesses in a mix of elegant attire. A man in a white tuxedo stopped mid-sip of a champagne, his eyes wide. A woman in a pale yellow evening gown gasped, clutching her pearls. 2 critics in light gray suits, a socialite in a white silk wrap, and a couple in tan and cream linen all turned their heads. They saw the manager's hand on the woman's arm. They heard the shove. "I suggest you take your hand off me," Elara said, her eyes locking onto Kaya's. "Or what?" Soren stepped in, his bold red jacket inches from her face. He reached out and flicked a white clutch out her hand, sending it sliding across the floor. "You're nothing but a quiet little girl playing dress-up. This is my house. And in my house, you're invisible." Soren stood over Elara's white clutch, a smirk of triumph on his face. "Pick it up and get out," he barked. "You're an eyesore." Elara didn't reach for the bag. Instead, she reached into the hidden side pocket of her canary yellow dress and pulled out a sleek black titanium card, the Genesis key. She walked past Soren, ignoring his physical intimidation, and swiped the card through the hidden reader behind the host stand. The entire restaurant's lighting system flickered once, then turned a soft, welcoming royal blue. The digital reservation screen, which Kaya had been guarding, suddenly displayed a single line of text in gold. "System override. Owner on site." "What did you do?" Kaya shrieked, her hands trembling as she tried to refresh the screen. "The system is locked. I can't access the floor plan." "You can't access it because you no longer have authorization," Elara said, her voice now a commanding chill. "My name is Elara Vaughn. I didn't just reserve the corner suite. I bought the entire Gilded Rose parent company 3 hours ago. I came here for a quiet inspection to see how you treat the public, and I've seen enough." Soren's bold red jacket suddenly felt 3 sizes too small. He looked at the screen, then at the titanium card. His knees buckled slightly. "Ms. Vaughn, Elara, I thought you were a solicitor. I was protecting the brand." The power shift was absolute. The 7 witnesses, the man in the white tuxedo, the woman in the yellow gown, the critics, all stepped forward, forming a circle around the confrontation. "Protection?" Elara asked, stepping toward Soren. "You physically shoved me. You slapped my arm. You flicked my property onto the floor. Is that the brand identity of a 3 Michelin-star establishment?" Soren did the unthinkable, in front of the wealthiest critics in the city. He dropped to his knees on the marble floor. He reached out to grab the hem of Elara's canary yellow dress, but she stepped back with a look of pure disgust. "Please," Soren begged, his voice cracking. "My career is over if you fire me like this. I have a mortgage. I'll do anything. I'll work the kitchens. I'll scrub the floors." "You won't be scrubbing anything here," Elara said. She turned to Jensen, a young waiter in a white uniform who had watched the abuse with a pained expression. "Jensen, you're the new floor manager. Your first task is to have security remove these two. And Soren, don't bother asking for a reference. I'm sending the security footage of your physical management style to every restaurant group in the country." Kaya tried to sneak away, but the woman in the yellow evening gown blocked her path. "Not so fast," the woman said, holding up her phone. "I caught the slap on video. The whole world is going to see how you treat quiet women." As Soren and Kaya were marched out by security, their bold red uniforms looking like rags of shame, Elara picked up her white clutch. "Jensen," she said to the new manager, "prepare the corner suite and send a round of the finest vintage to every guest in this lobby. They've had to witness a very ugly display of old management. It's time for a fresh start." The restaurant returned to a peaceful hum, but the lesson remained. The quiet woman in yellow hadn't just bought a building. She reclaimed the dignity of every guest who had ever been made to feel invisible.